Yeah, my dad always played 2K. I was always outside playing basketball in real life, and he introduced me to it because the love of the game I have for it.
Was there a year, Trey, where you knew you were gonna beat your dad in 2K?
As soon as I started playing in the park, I knew I had it because I'd be playing in there while he didn't.
That's a lie. But okay.
No, we can clear the record. Please clear the record.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And the player introductions are wrapped up. The starting fives for both teams. As we're just about ready to get this one started.
I ain't need no commentary. If you the competition, you gon' get buried. I don't cheat on the game, we getting married. They gon' know me as legendary. When it stands, I ain't need no commentary. Ain't no option, ain't no secondary. I just throw it up like a Hail Mary. Legendary.
Welcome, everyone. Let's get ready for some NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, and by my side, Chris Webber and Greg Anthony. From the sideline, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. GA, it's all yours.
Thank you very much. Jaren Jackson Jr. is continuing in his father's NBA footsteps. Asked about that influence, Jaren said, just his heart for the game and tenacity. You have to be able to shoot and play defense because you don't want to be a liability. At the end of the day, my dad did all of that, and he won a ring. Kevin Jaren Jr. wants that last part, too.
I can see why, DA, and I think he's well on his way. Thank you for that one. And now a moment to check out the leaders in the All-Star voting. Balloting underway.
And this is really a fun time of year. You're starting to see which players are going to be in the running to make the All-Star team.
You look at George. He's pulled in a lot of votes. Nearly enough, in fact, to break into the top 10 in the Western Conference.
And probably wishing he was a little higher on that list, but there's just too many other guys also having fantastic seasons.
And keep tuning in for updated results. You can visit NBA.com for more. And the starting group for the Grizzlies. Brooks at the 3 with Jackson at the 4. Then it's Brandon Clark. Then it's Morant. And it's Bane in at the 2 guard. And for Los Angeles, Leonard and Morris are up in the forward positions. Powell is out there with Paul George, and it's Lopez in at the 5 spot. And a highly anticipated matchup tonight, Greg. Two teams that could not be hotter.
And the trick to winning a game like this, force your opponent to play your style of ball.
And here are the Grizzlies with it. They put up a nice win against Detroit the last time out.
In that one, they owned the backboards. Most of the second chance opportunities went to them.
Yeah, if you can be that much better on the glass, you're going to win the game.
George, no good. And so Morant will bring it up for the Memphis Grizzlies. Here's Bane, guarded by Powell. Bane passes to Brooks. There's Jackson with the 3. And another miss by Memphis.
0 for 3, not the start they're looking for.
Leonard on the wing. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Talk about someone who knows all the angles. Kawhi on the interior.
Morant looking around. Shakes off the strong D and gets to the bucket for 2.
Nice rim protection, and it's still not enough to keep him from getting the layup.
And Brandon Clark, a dangerous finisher. Not only as a dunker, but his floater game is on point as well.
Well, you see why the Sean Marion comparisons are made. I mean, that great touch combined with his vertical leap, you know, they make him a handful. Just another example of why you run plays through Morant. I mean, he makes great decisions with the ball in his hands.
George with the ball. Guarded now by Clark. Lopez. That falls. Nice speed that time from George.
Oh, the movement off the ball is good. I mean, and the pass to hit him in stride is even better.
Morant reaches to Clark. Leonard inside. Brooks covering. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Nice awareness from George. He just reads the D and makes a clever pass to an open teammate.
Looking at Los Angeles, they took the win in their last game against Phoenix. Here's Morant. And that one's good by Clark.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you got to bring much faster help than that.
Now, here's George. Some stats for him. He averages over 21 points a game.
Oh, he did everything right there except hit the shot.
Leonard with the steal. Powell the pass to Lopez. Powered down after the assist. Let him into the lane.
And this helps build chemistry. Lopez looking to share the ball wherever he can.
It's Morant with the drive.
Puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does, GA. He really does put pressure on him.
And guys, it's clear though, he enjoys showing off his athleticism. The D can't give him these opportunities.
Defensive foul.
And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Clippers.
They've carried out a great game plan in the paint so far, working it down low a lot and getting high percentage looks.
And the other thing, though, is their execution in terms of their ball movement has been flawless. Sets up a lot of easy scoring opportunities.
Now the Clippers moving it up. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
And busting it up the floor. Leonard showing a lot of energy on the fast break. If there's one thing he doesn't lack, it's hustle.
The Grizzlies trail by 7. Outside Jackson. Second chance effort, and he lays it up and in.
Yeah, coach's pet peeve there. No box out.
Oh, it's simple. When you fail to put a body on someone, you're inviting a breakdown on the defensive glass.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles. And the Clippers with a whole new lineup now. The Grizzlies also changing it up. Tillman, he's checked in for Jaren Jackson. DeAnthony Melton comes in for Brooks. And Tyus Jones subbed in for John Morant. Now, here's Kennard. Carter for 3. That shot missing. And even 3-on-3 break. A floater. Melton, no good.
No one to blame on that one but himself. It looks like that, you've got to take it back.
Shot's good by Kennard.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
And so it's Jones. He'll bring it up for Memphis. 8-point game. Last time they met was in Memphis.
And the last time they faced this club, rebounding was their big advantage.
He usually takes advantage of D like that. Should have been a simple layup.
Here's Batum. That's good. And it's Jackson with the assist that time.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
Yeah, we got to be careful. It's still early. They've expended a lot of energy, but they've also built a nice cushion here.
Here's Tillman. No points in the game yet for him. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's on Nicholas Batum.
I mean, I think he's kind of a throwback kind of player, if you ask me. I mean, Anderson's nickname is Slow Mo because of his ability to slow the game down and pick the opponent apart.
Both free throws good from Anderson. Clippers leading by 8. Carter kicks to Kennard. And he finishes nicely on the way. Kennard's got 5 points so far.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Pass to Tillman. Memphis moving that ball around. Pass to Melton. Just 5 on the clock. Pass to Jones. Over Carter. Off the left rim and out. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Jackson with it. Now by Anderson. Carter for 3. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Yeah, they've been very aggressive, and they've taken early control of this game.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Jones, no luck.
The D making that layup look very uncomfortable for him. Good aggressive work down low.
Left side, Jackson. And the pass to Hartenstein. And plenty of contact on the shot. So, 2 free throws coming up. There's the call. Memphis gets the foul. It's his first trip to the line.
And with an 86% free throw average, you can count on him to come through on most trips.
And he sinks the second. And so it's Los Angeles with a 14-point lead as we bring the quarter to a close. They've been putting on a clinic in the paint. Shots are falling with regularity, and they are pounding it down low. Right back after this break. Plenty of time left in this one.
Pounding the ball down low.
Lose going with Carter out there with Jackson.
This is the attitude Anderson brings. A selfless player who loves to open on the perimeter. I mean, that's his sweet spot.
Here is Anderson. Gets it to fall. The bucket from Bain. Bain's got his first 2 points.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
Out to Carter. 3-pointer. And Jones pulls it down. The Grizzlies shooting a mediocre 41% in this one. The drive, good.
A nice big man with the point guard-esque type handle. If you ask me, it's great watching him use his unique skill set.
And the Clippers call time here. And every year we see, Greg, some incredible comebacks. What distinguishes, in your mind, those with the resilience to battle back?
I think it starts with a belief and desire. And the great ones truly hate to lose.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. The Grizzlies also changing it up. Jaren Jackson's checked in for Anderson. Brooks comes in for Bain. And it's Morant in for Jones. Here's Morant. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. Jackson. Good, and a nice assist from Morant. Morant's got 3 assists now in this one.
And their shots are falling now with more regularity than we saw at first.
Now here's Leonard. Really played well against Phoenix in his last outing. Here's George. And the shot is long. And it's McConnell with the ball. He'll bring it up for Memphis. They trail by 11. Brooks misses. Los Angeles has gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. And here's Leonard from 3. It's rebounded by Memphis. Brooks outside. Outside Jackson to the wing right side. Here's Morant. And the lead is down inside single digits. Morant's got 6.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
And George, here we go.
And guys, George puts pressure on an opponent at both ends of the court. Lockdown D at one, aggressive to get his own at the other.
The Clippers shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game.
At the line for 2.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. And he gets the bucket. 8 points for him.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
Yeah, and the Grizzlies used to be a half-court, slow-it-down team. When you draft Ja Morant, it's time to open the floodgates because he is devastating in transition.
Now, here's George. From down in the low post, it goes. And the Clippers lead by 11.
A guy with George's focus can shrug off the contact. He won't let the defender disrupt his rhythm.
McConnell passes to Clark. And here's Morant. Powell with the steal. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Nice pass. Right under the rack perfectly for the layup.
And the hang time for Ja Morant is incredible. His favorite player growing up was Russell Westbrook. And he's got the bunnies to hold his own with Russ.
To me, he's one of the league's most exciting players to watch. Ja Morant is box office. Not only that, listen, I think he's a top 5-point guard right here.
And there's George. That's good on the assist by Powell. George has got 6 points in the quarter.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter. And now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
Brooks feeling it out a bit. They get it again. Here's Jackson. Good D by Lopez. Los Angeles leading by 13. George with the bucket. 8 points for George.
And boy, has he picked it up since the start of the second. His shots now starting to fall.
So timeout called here. The first for Memphis.
And team strategies closely guarded. One aspect of the game the fans aren't always privy to.
Yeah, and sometimes it's the most subtle moves that make the biggest difference.
So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. Tillman, he's checked in for Brandon Clark. Kyle Anderson comes in for Dylan Brooks. DeAnthony Melton, he's checked in for T.J. McConnell. And Jones subbed in for Ja Morant. Now here's Jones. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Jackson misses. Leonard on the wing. Over Anderson. And it's Leonard missing. The Grizzlies trail by 15. It's Anderson with the drive. Off with the layup. And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. Powell for 3. Tillman grabs the miss. The Grizzlies have gotten 7 of their 12 field goal attempts to drop here in the second quarter. Up over 50%. Back to Anderson. Takes it from 10. That one off the back iron and out. Los Angeles leading by 15. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Here's George. That's in, and that's his 4th basket of the night. He's taken 7 shots, a solid 57%.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
And the foul called on Marcus Morris. That is his first foul of the game. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Hartenstein, he's checked in for Lopez. Batum comes in for Marcus Morris. Luke Kennard, he's checked in for Norman Powell. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Kawhi Leonard. And the Grizzlies also with the sub. Baines checked in. Jones, no luck. Got it up. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good to see you back here on our half. The story early on was Kawhi Leonard, who was on fire. He had 13 points and 1 steal. Kenny, what'd you think about the Clippers?
They played smart. They took their time and limited mistakes.
And
with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the rout that it's threatening to be. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look they wanted.
Yeah, working the ball, getting clean, quality looks. I mean, just efficient basketball through and through.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. So on the floor for Memphis. Brooks at the 3 with Jackson at the 4. Then there's Ja Morant. Then it's Brandon Clark. And it's Bane in at the shooting guard. Pass to Bane. Back to Morant. It falls for the 6th time in 7 tries this contest. That's 86%.
Oh, it's been all about Ja tonight. I mean, he can score in many different ways. Yeah, selected 2nd in 2019. Ja Morant, highest draftee in Ohio Valley Conference history. And he became the 2nd Grizzly ever to win Rookie of the Year, joining Paul Gasol.
Morant passes to Jackson. Back to Morant. Outside for Jackson. The 3. Sinks the three-pointer. Jackson's got 7 points.
Nowadays, big men like Jackson have to be able to shoot the 3. Outstanding triple from him.
Well, some people felt, Chris, that Ja Morant was an all-star snub in his rookie year.
Well, you look at what he accomplished in year 1. Enjoying Magic Johnson, the great Isaiah Thomas, and Trae Young is the only 20-year-old rookies to average at least 17 points and 7 assists per game. That's some lofty coverage.
Bane, no good. Clippers leading by 16. Here's George. It's Clark with the rebound. The Grizzlies have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Pass to Bane. Back to Morant. Passes it to Brooks. 5 on the clock. And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession. And this is what the schedule looks like coming up for Memphis. On Sunday, they'll go up against LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers. And then on Tuesday, they'll be playing against Draymond Green and the Golden State Warriors.
And no secret that this team can be very tough in their own building. And that's good news as they are loaded up with home games over the next stretch. This is a chance to create some separation.
And both free throws good for Paul George.
And, you know, you go back to that horrific leg injury in Vegas back in 2014, and Paul George hasn't just made it back to the NBA. He's come back a better player. And how about the communication between teammates on that alley-oop?
And that's what you need to pull that thing off. Los Angeles calls timeout. Now Dillon Brooks, who went to Oregon, was the 2017 Pac-12 Player of the Year.
Yeah, and the second-round pick that year, I mean, he was taken 45th. Despite that, he's carving out a solid career as a two-way win.
Here's George. Now the pass to Pop. Right side Leonard. Over Brooks. And misses it off the right side of the rim. The Grizzlies trail by 16. McConnell passes to Bane. Out to Brooks. To the wing on the left. Here's McConnell. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. And here's a look at some numbers for Kawhi Leonard.
And guys, how about the surge of offense he's experiencing right now? These last 5 games, he's been a machine at the offensive end. A different scorer than he had been earlier in the season. We'll find out if he can keep it going here tonight.
Catching up on the changes for Memphis. Anderson, he's checked in for Jackson. And it's DeAnthony Melton in for Dillon Brooks. And that one's good, George.
And look how quick on the draw George is. The moment he's got the ball, he's in motion for the shot.
They get a hand on it. Here's Clark. The shot off that time. Good D by Lopez. Outside Leonard. George against McConnell. George double teamed. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. Here's Melton. And he gets it to go. Hitting off the back of the rim.
And pro move there. Finds a way to gain some separation against the much taller defender.
Yeah, showing that short area skill allows him to create some space. They couldn't ask for much more from him today. He's been a key force in their offense.
Anderson in the post. The teardrop falls in. Anderson's got 6.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Goes to the reverse layup and claps it in. And it's 6 points for Marcus Morris.
When Morris gets it down in the paint, he's deadly, using his big arms to get these shots up and in.
Here's Anderson. Off on the layup. Clippers leading by 17. That's a 2 from Powell. That's short off the rim. The Grizzlies have gone even 5 of 10 on shot attempts in the third. Here's Bane. He's certainly been a consistent piece of their offense, averaging about 14.5 points a game.
Now, you can learn a lot by watching him operate in their offense.
And the Clippers call time here.
And he could tell his guys starting to wear down a little bit. All time to just let them get their legs back on the line.
Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Hartenstein, he's checked in for Lopez. Batum comes in for Marcus Morris. Kennard, he's checked in for Norman Powell. And it's Jackson in for Leonard. Tillman, he's checked in for Memphis. Tyus Jones comes in for T.J. McConnell. Inside, and Anderson slams it in.
He's not much of a dunker, but Anderson will pick his spots nicely and then displays great shot selection.
Jackson kicks to George. Step back shot. Outside for Jackson. Kennard for 3. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Jackson's got 3 assists now in this one.
Well, it was just a mystery what the defense was doing there. You never want to give him that much space outside the three-point line.
Jones, the pass to Bane. Some nice passing there by Memphis. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Los Angeles leading by 13. Jackson kicks to George. Banked in off the glass. George has got 11 here in this quarter alone.
And this is one of those nights where George came in aggressive and stayed that way. He's been incredible.
Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for Los Angeles. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter and is showing no signs of fatigue. And we'll be back with you shortly. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
How about the unselfishness? Night in and night out, we see guys trying to force their own agenda. Not that time.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. So with Leonard on the bench, here's who Tyronn Lue's going with. Jackson is the point with Kennard on the wing. Paul George is out there with Batum, and it's Lopez in at the 5, roaming the paint. Jackson kicks to Kennard. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson.
You can't leave somebody that wide open when Jackson's running the show. Reggie will find him every time.
And so it's Jones. He'll bring it up for the Grizzlies. It's a 16-point game. The pass to Tillman. Jones in the post. Jackson on the basket by Jones.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
George.
This is the kind of teammate the team is. You like seeing them share it like this.
Nicholas Batum, dropping back.
Fourth quarter still young, just over a minute play. Outside, Jones. Pass to Brooks. Outside, Jackson. Shot clock at 6. Here's Morant. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. Atlanta will be traveling to face them after this game. They'll find themselves in the middle of this string of 3 straight at home.
And it's really hard to knock George off his balance. He's just so long and strong. Nice take there.
Yes, that goes in.
They own the interior right now. 10 straight points coming from inside.
Outside, George. Pass to Kennard. George with the ball. Brooks covering. And George kicks to Kennard. The Clippers keep it alive. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
You got to respect that. Lopez is determined to rebound the ball. It makes a difference.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Marcus Morris is checked in for Batum. Kawhi Leonard comes in for George. And Norman Powell subbed in for Luke Kennard. And Memphis also making a switch. Brandon Clark, he's checked in for Tillman. Jones, the pass to Morant. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Lays it up off the glass. Morant's got 4 points now in the quarter.
You know, if you're only looking at the way he's played offensively, you think his team would have the lead.
Los Angeles leading by 17. Powell kicks to Jackson. Back to Powell. Lets it go with the three. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Jackson's got 6 assists in the game. Jackson against Morant. Good for the basket. Number 9. He's only missed 2 shots from the floor all night.
And I tell you what, they're doing their best to cut down the lead with some smart offense here in the second half. Shot selection much improved since the break.
Unloads from 13. Second shot opportunity. No good from Clark. Los Angeles has gone 2 of 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Jackson from long range. No good that time. And Memphis the other way now. Lobbed up there for Clark. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Leonard looking over the floor. And the shot is good. Breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Clippers.
Well, they played a heads-up brand of basketball this entire game, and they've got the skills to prove it.
Yeah, they've also done a great job of playing in space, getting out in transition every opportunity.
Oh, this is just being a good team. Morant making sure to whip the ball over to his open man.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
But it had to be. These days, you need to stretch the floor somewhat to make everything else work.
And now, a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, Ja Morant.
Yeah, and his percentage from the field tonight seems almost made up. I didn't think it was possible to have that kind of success shooting the basketball. You need a little bit of luck, a bunch of hard work, and a whole lot of talent.
Paul George is checked in for the Clippers. Back to Powell. Clippers moving the ball around. From deep, George. Tillman grabs the miss.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
And it's Morant missing.
I love to see the defense exhibit some passion and protect the rim right there.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest. Just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Clippers.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And so it'll boost this year's win total for them to 29.
And they will walk out of here feeling really good about themselves today, guys. A big win over a conference foe they'd split their previous 2 games with. And what a huge standout performance it was
for George.
Oh, man, anticipation, instincts, energy, all his tools were on display tonight as he lit the place up.
Culver's checked in for Kyle Anderson. Both free throws good from Morant. And Greg, you faced some exceptional point guards during your time in the league. But who was...
And putting his explosive athleticism on full display there. George is capable of some highlight reel dunks.
And on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam, you can see how impressive that move was. Here's Morant. And he banks in the layup.
That's a perfect setup. Solid screen. Defender can't avoid it. Opens up a clear path to the bucket.
George with the ball. He's picked up by Morant, and George gets it to go. And the Clippers lead by 21. Grizzlies have gotten more than 58% of their attempts to go down for them in the fourth quarter. They're 7 of 12, and it's blocked. 41 seconds left in the game. From downtown, and he's good on the three ball. George has got 32 points in the game.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
That's the dagger. You could tell they wanted that one. I know that seals the deal.
Passes it to Williams. 6 on the shot clock. Gonchar, the pass to Tillman. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down.
Okay, listen, you got to body him up when he's in the paint. If you play off of him, then that's just 2 easy points.
Here's George, and George with the stuff.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
And you know they are, sure. I mean, the finish line is in sight. All they have to do is play it smart.
So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily, and the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much, Paul. Shots weren't falling for you early, so what got you going?
I think, honestly, just getting into a rhythm. I just found a rhythm. I was able to see the ball go down. Some free throws helped, but honestly, just seeing the ball go through. First time, that's all it took.
That is all it takes for the great ones, man. Congrats on the win. Back to you.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll do it for